I'm Neil Patrick Harris. I am host of the new hit game show, Genius Junior. Genius Junior is a game show showcasing the brightest brains in America, who just so happen to be between the ages of 8 and 12. These kids can do the most absurdly impressive things, math things, spelling things, geography recall, memory challenges. It's remarkable to watch. I think it's exciting to see the future of our country and be inspired by them. So I'm hopeful that people watch it at home together as a family and are entertained and also inspired to be smarter, to value that intellect is awesome. I've always loved game shows in general. And then the proliferation of game shows right now is pretty amazing. NBC does a great job with their primetime game show lineup. Their reality television department films things incredibly well, makes them very, very watchable and relatable, and so I thought that was a good fit too. And then when you add kids into the mix, kids are hilarious. So you have this great duality, right? You get to admire them for their skills and their talent in a real, true game show format kind of way. But you also get to watch me interact with them, watch them be nervous, watch them be giggly, so you also get a little kid say the darndest things kind of element into it at the same time. Genius Junior will have 2 sets of 3 kids competing against each other, and they have named themselves, so they have their own team names, which are pretty hilarious, and they go head-to-head in 4 different rounds of challenges. One is a memory recall, where they're given amazing scaled map of various things. It could be the New York subway system, the Greyhound bus line, an airline, and all of its stops and airport codes and flight numbers, the human nervous system, and then I ask them questions about that and they have to recall that. Second round is one that involves math, so they will have to answer incredibly challenging math problems without any use of paper or seeing any of the numbers. And the equations keep getting larger and larger. So they're standing there while I say 26 times 47 plus 11 divided by 3 times 7 equals. And they go 41,602. That's exactly right. That wasn't even close to what the actual answer is, but that's exciting to watch. I have them spell words, but I have them spell them from the last letter to the first letter. So that's remarkably difficult to do, unless you're these kids on this show who seem to pull it off with aplomb. The last round's called Memory Master, and we've given each of the teams a deck of 52 cards that have been shuffled and laid out, and they have to, in order, recite 1 card each as fast as they can. They get a point for every card. We also have fun tricks inside of the show. There's something called the Super Brain, where during one of 2 different rounds, one of the kids who thinks that they can just do it all alone can hit the Super Brain. And the Super Brain means that they go forward and by themselves, no passing to their teammates, no help. They can just barrel through spelling or math. And I think the Super Brain's an amazing addition because, I mean, look where we are. This is a big, giant game show set, right? I would be nervous doing what they're doing, but these kids walk up by themselves, all the pressure's on them, and they do the most impressive recall of things. It's really quite amazing. After the semifinal rounds, 3 teams will compete in the championship round to be crowned the Genius Junior champions. And we have made everything even more difficult for them. We've augmented all of the rounds to make them even more challenging. The Cortex is more exciting. We've added more money to it. So if they can complete the Cortex, they can walk away with $200,000 added to the prize fund of money that they've already won from the previous round. So there's a lot of money at stake. There's a lot of prestige at stake because they're on television, and bragging rights because 3 of these kids are going to be Genius Juniors, the champions. I think I'm uniquely aligned to host this show because I love game shows. I've been on game shows. I have kids, love kids, and I also played a young smarty pants kid when I was younger on a television show. So it seemed like I was the right guy for this on multiple levels. I played a smart kid, but I'm not nearly as smart as these guys. Kids. They're remarkable. And I hope that through this show, it doesn't end up seeming that there is a winner and a bunch of people that didn't win, but that every hour, every episode that you watch, you are drawn into how impressive all of these kids are, because they're really doing kind of remarkable things. And I think there's a great sense of sportsmanship with them. I don't want this to be a show where these kids are cursing their competitors and saying snarky things to each other. This really is a celebration of intellect, and I'm excited by it. I hope that viewers love this show, and I hope that all the different viewers love the show for different reasons. I hope that kids watch the show because they're watching kids that are like them, and they can be impressed and want to then go and study harder because they can see what these amazing kids can do. I hope that parents watch the show and adults watch the show because the things that they're doing are remarkable, regardless of their age. It's unbelievable.